next question is about Adam. God blew his breath into Adam, and Adam becomes a living soul. Did God create only Adam's soul or all souls?
This is very interesting. And you tell me how much fun you want to have drinking the beautiful words of Torah. So let's start with what is a soul made of. So this is obviously not physical, but whatever that is, it's metaphysical. It is divine. It's a part of God in each and every one of you. All of us, doesn't make Jew, Gentile. There's a divine spark that is eternal, that comes from above. Without that divine spark, you cannot believe or even know there's a God. And that's why there's not any animal in the world that ever existed, even the most intelligent animals, that ever believed in God. And if theoretically you could have a conversation with a chimpanzee or an orangutan or a dolphin, very intelligent mammals, if you could talk to them and talk to them about God, they wouldn't even know what you're talking about. Why? Because they have no neshama, not nefesh, but they have no neshama, which is a chelik mimal mamish, which means it's a divine spark and it's eternal. And that's why people feel connected to God all over the world. And it's a natural instinct. The only way not to believe in God is that you have a society around you and you have universities around you that do something unnatural that a person should even question as a God. 95% of this planet, of the people, believe in God. The Torah is here to tell us this is how you channel your worship of God. Not like that. This is how you do it. This is, if you want to have a relationship, proper relationship with me, this is how to have a relationship with me. So the neshama that is in each and every one of you is eternal, and it is a spark of the divine. Now, the question is, how did it get to you? So, as you know, the HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the Holy One, blessed be His name, He breathed into the nostrils of Adam Harishon, which means the first Adam, the first person that lived. But you know very well that God didn't breathe into your nostrils when you were in your mother's womb. So just mechanically, how did that get to you? It means only Adam was, God breathed into his nostrils, and Eve, his wife, was created literally from his body. She shared that. But how did it pass on to all the other generations, that we should have a soul that's divine, that's a part of the divine? And we all know that. We're all aware that there's a consciousness that is more than just cells, and we're not just walking protoplasm, but we're connected to something very large. Very, very. And that's why death is so frightening, because the fear is, will I be forgotten? Will the world simply end for me? This is why it's so scary. Why? It's so frightening, no matter how long a person lives, is that, but I'm connected to something eternal. That's what's going on. Getting back, how are we created in the image of God? Like, how did that get passed down? God did not breathe into our nostrils. So as the Torah actually tells us this explicitly in Genesis chapter 5, which is the descendants of Adam going all the way down to Noah and his sons. And Genesis 5 is the genealogy of Adam Harishon, of Adam, that would survive the flood. And if you look at the text, we'll just go here that first of all, that God created man in his likeness. That means in the image, he gave him a neshama. And if you look at verse 2, you'll see that actually both male and female is called Adam. Adam, really, what is that word Adam? It's called Adam. What does that mean? Adama means the earth, meaning that man is created of two properties. We are both physical, right? If I had a dog and my dog wants to eat a steak, I understand them, why he wants to eat some good food. We all have that animal in us, but what we have is from Hashem. And male, female are called Adam because they are created from the Adamah, which means the earth. The key passage is, look at verse 3, and it'll surprise you. Adam, when he was 130 years old, had a child, and that child's name is Shes. And what does it say? And Shes was created in his likeness, in the likeness of Adam, which means every person who comes from Adam, and that's every person in the world, is created in the image of Adam, who is created in the image of God. We're a blueprint of Adam Harishon, the first Adam. And this is how Hashem wanted to create the world. You can ask a very basic question, is when God created land animals, he presumably filled the world with animals of all different sorts. Fish, filled the oceans with fish, so many. But with Adam, he could have started the world with 1,000 or 10,000 people. He didn't. He started with one. Why? For this purpose. Because we all have to be descendants of a single ancestor to have the imprint of the soul of God, which is immortal because it is from God. It has no beginning, has no end, and it returns to God until the resurrection, and the faithful will resurrect from the dead. If you'll ask me about that, I'll explain more, but that's where our immortal soul emerges from.